What's up, YouTube? Figured I'd do a quick little video right here for you. This is my 72 C10 that I just made a short bed. And I didn't buy no kit or do none of that stuff. I don't see the point of spending $500, basically for this to make it easier on you. I have all the tools here. I have welders, everything. The only thing I do is just cut it, weld it, and you're good to go. So of course measure, but here's what I did. I didn't do no Z cut. I just did a straight down cut. So sue me. That's the way I wanted to do it. So it makes more sense to me. So that's what I did. So I already did all my measurements. Everything's good right now. I should have beveled this, but I'll probably take it apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld all this, and then I'll put a fish plate on the backside, and then I'm gonna weld all of that fish plate in there. I'm gonna plug weld it right there, and then the bead right there should weld down there. So it should be pretty solid. They make semi trucks do the same thing. If you look at the Brothers kit, they do a straight cut and they have a plate on the back. Same thing, except for I didn't spend $500. Fuck that. So there it is. Of course, the only thing to do is you take 12 out of the middle, and that's what this guy is. That's the 12 right there. And I just took it right out. And then you take 8 off the rear. So the only thing I did, and it's pretty straightforward, you just measure 8 right here. So you measure, I probably got this backwards. No, that's right. So, yep, measured 8. Boom. Guess what? You have a short bed now. So, it's pretty simple. From right here, that's a simple cut. 8 inches. You have to move your bed mounts back. That's easy. Just where I cut at. So here is the old, not the bed mounts, the cab mounts. Here's the old cab mount right there. So the one that I did right there, grab it right here. So this is the old one right here. I just measured 12 inches back. Boom, right there. So, and it's got some holes right, I just drill some holes with a step bit, and I'll go get some grade 8 hardware, and then I'm gonna bolt it in. Now, if this is off or whatever, there's some adjustability with these holes, so they can come up a little bit or down. There's a little play in them, but I doubt you're gonna see much of it. But I've measured this. This is probably what I spent the most time on right here is, measuring these holes right here and doing all my alignments and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure it was perfect and perfectly centered. That's what you see there. So she came out good. And then the other side, I did it kind of a cheater way. I just took, since I already had that bed mount off, or the cab mount off, and this one was still on, I just, took my measurement and I marked it right here, and I just took that straight edge over there and just did straight down, and then same thing on the bottom. So since this one's right here, I just took my level, straight edged her out, and then I put my mount right there and lined it up to this corner, and then I lined it up here. Then I just took some a marker and filled in the holes, and just drilled my holes, and that came out perfect. So that's what's that. I set out to weld this thing. I got the Vulcan 220. That thing's awesome. No complaints out of that guy, if you guys are wondering about that. These are just Harbor Freight clamps right there. There's so many questions on all these videos of what to do, how to do it, and everything like that. Everybody says Z cut them and do this or do that. I'm sure Z cuts are stronger, but this truck is a cruiser. I'm not towing anything. I'm not hauling anything except for a little ass. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna, do how the Brothers kit does. I'm just gonna put the plate on the backside, weld her all in, and just call her good. I really doubt that breaks, being it's underneath the cab. So you're gonna have your cab mounts. Your front one's never moved, so that's gonna bolt to your cab. The rear one's a bolt. So say in the worst case scenario this thing did break, the cab bolts will still hold it up. Even then, it's underneath the cab, and it'd be simpler to fix right there. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It's really nerve-wracking, especially the first couple cuts. It's just kind of like, did I do this right? Did I cut it straight or not? A couple of these I didn't get straight exactly. So as I came down, I didn't measure the bottom because, well, I'm lazy and I didn't feel like getting on my back, so sue me. So I went straight down, and then when I got to here, I just kind of like, okay, straighten up, and I went off. So what happened is that when I got to this point, it kind of cocked it over a little bit. And so then the one I did was, I had tape right here, and I just took my grinder wheel, and made it flat and brought it back to normal. And that's where this is all lined up. Now these aren't the straightest of cuts, but they'll do. Let's see. It's not rocket science. Just take 12 inches out. 8 off the rear, move your cab out back 12, save you $500. If you don't have a welder, or you just don't feel secure in your welds, then I probably wouldn't do this if I were you, because that welder alone is going to cost you, you know, about, I think that one's like $1,000 now. I paid way cheaper now when I first got it, but you know, so to find you a decent 220 welder to do this is going to cost you as much as the Brothers kit. So if you don't have a welder, just get the Brothers kit. Probably save you some money right there. And it's a little bit less nerve-wracking on the Brothers kits, because like, did I do this right or not? Because, you know, they make it dummy-proof. But I don't feel like spending $500. I have other things to spend money on. I'd rather buy tools. So there's that. So I figured I'd just update you guys, show you what I'm working on these days. And there's the front clip. It's a 72 C10 with AC. So there's the inside of the cab. Of course, it's a Missouri truck, so we got some rust going on and all that, but who cares? You know, I didn't want to pay short bed prices, and for me, I bought this long bed for $600. So guess what? Cut the frame myself, still have a $600 short bed. So you can't beat that. There's a 6.0 480 that's going in there. I got some wiring. There's one of my doors. There's the TJ mounts right here. This is gonna be for the 6.0. So there's the mounts and the cross member. I got it from, you know, Scotty down here at. Here, I'll zoom in on there for you. That's who made that. This you can use your factory AC off the LS. I got the Prothane mounts. Same thing as Energy. I just opted for the Pro things. I thought they'd be better. So I got them. Got a transmission cooler. I got the Speed Engineering 1 3/4 headers there. There's my grill back there. Painted all my accessories silver to church it up a little bit. That's really about it, man. That's nothing crazy. I figured I don't see too many videos on short bed conversions, and I figured I'd put one up there. So I remember what I did. Maybe next time, you know, it'd be easier for me, maybe easier for you, since you see me doing it. If I can do it, you can do it, man. As long as you got a welder and just a measuring tape, just some straight cuts. Most of my cuts are made, you know, with this guy. I just did 90s. And just freaking, you see, that's decent. So that's exactly how I made most of my stuff, is with this square right there. I don't know what else to tell you guys. This truck's gonna go a long way. I still have to, you know, weld this back together, put my motor in there. I'm gonna put some lowering kits, and I'll probably do T-board A-arms and all that, but that's another day. Right now, it's just make it short bed, 6.0 swap it, and drive the shit out of it for a little bit. So there you go. You guys have any questions, let me know. I know I'm going to catch slack for not doing a Z-cut. And a Z-cut, basically, you know, you'll measure your 12, and then you'll step cut it, you know, and then you come up and you'll step cut it, and then mesh them together. You know, like, I don't know, I just thought it was a little overkill for a half-ton truck. I'm going to make my fish plate out of that guy. I'm just going to put it on the backside and weld it all in there. The inside of the frame rail is a 6-inch rail here. So you need a 5 3/4, I think it was, for the inside rail. I didn't look around today. I'm just gonna cut one of them and make that work. And it'll be flush on the outside. I'm just gonna fill these holes in. I'm gonna weld all them in. Then I'm gonna grind them smooth and paint it, so that way you can't even tell I made it a short bed from this side, only sure underneath there. But hey, when you're at car shows, you're not gonna be able to tell. I'll paint in the front end. That's PR15. I got bored one day. I started painting out what it is all together. Stuff comes out really good, except for if you don't prep it, it will flake, because it was, you know, it started flaking off on me right there. But if you do it like this, where it's still kind of rusty, it goes on there awesome and won't come off, and kind of, you know, kind of looks a little pitty, but you know, it still looks good. I don't want to spend forever grinding the frame down. I just want it to look good when you pop the hood. So there you go. I'm going to get back to welding and measuring this thing up and making it look good. So you guys have a good one. Peace.